Welcome everyone to IE 206 Engineering Economy, and today is discussion 1 for Chapter 1 Foundation of Engineering Economy. This lecture is for discussing the explanation of the part 1 of Chapter 1 further to answer any questions and also to solve 2 examples for this part. This part was about the foundation of engineering economy, why engineering economy is important for all engineers, whether industrial or electrical, mechanical, or any other field of engineers, why it is important. Engineers, they design and they need the engineering economy to evaluate the alternatives, whether in the design of their product or services. And also this part talked about the definition of engineering economy, and there are 2 definitions for the economy, and one of them was more emphasizing about the function, which is definition 2. Those functions of the engineers, they apply when they use engineering economy, which is formulating, estimating, and evaluating outcomes. Talked also about the time value of money and how the value of money change over the time. How is the real today compared to 50 years ago? It is different in terms of the value, how many things you could purchase with 1 real 50 years ago, and so on. Definition of the interest, and what does the interest mean, and what is the difference between interest rate or rate of return, and the interest rate and rate of return calculation, as well as examples for those interest rates and interest amount. And at the end of that part was explaining the equivalence of the value of money over the time and how it is calculated. Today, we will solve examples about the interest amount and interest rate, and answer any questions regarding to that part in particular for part 1 of chapter 1. So please, if you have any questions before we proceed with the 2 examples we have. You can use the mic if you want, or you can type on the chat box.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes, sure. Who's talking? Umar? تفضل عمر.
Yes, doctor. Doctor, can you explain about some example of interest rate and rate of return? I mean by the meaning, but some example not.
Okay, yeah, got you. You need examples for the interest rate and rate of return. If you go to the bank and take a loan, قرض, that is the interest rate. If you go to the bank and you would like to invest in stock market by purchasing stocks from any company, or investing your money in investment plans in the bank, اللي هو صندوق استثمار أو صندوق ادخار, that is rate of return. Now we are talking here about you as a consumer. For the bank, it is the opposite. If you are going to take the loan from the bank to be your loan as a rate of return. But for you is an interest rate. For the investment is the opposite. If you are going to the bank and make an investment, it is rate of return for you and interest rate for the bank. So basically, the rate of return, if the money or the outcome is going to whom? Is going to you, then it is rate of return to you. If it's going to the bank, then it is rate of return to the bank. The interest, where it is applied on the person's money, and that is if the loan, for example, you have taken a loan, then the interest is where it is applied to you, so it is an interest rate. So if it is applied to you and you have to pay it, then an interest. If it is money that you are gaining and you are earning, then it is rate of return. Hopefully that examples clarify the questions.
Yes, doctor, thank you.
Okay, any more questions? We will take the Abdurrahim is asking, do those interest rate or interest paid or interest earned, which is the rate of return, have the same formula? Yes, they are the same. The only thing is who is earning and who is paying. If you are paying, then interest paid. If it's earning, then interest earned. So they call the interest earned rate of return عوائد. Interest paid فوائد اللي هو interest rate. Okay. Any further questions? And this is exactly the formula. They are the same formula, even though it is explained both in red and blue, but they are the same formula based on the per time applied over the original, but is the only thing who is earning and who is paying. That's the only difference. Okay, we can solve the example one here together. Okay, let's take this example and try to solve it together. Faisal borrows 100,000 in 2020 and must repay a total of $100,700 exactly on 2021. I think there is one here is missing. 21. So 2021. I can't fix it and upload it here on. Let me correct it so you have the correct version. Okay. يوسف تفضل.
Doctor, interest amount represents the value of for the currency in dollars, and interest rate represents the ratio.
Exactly, excellent, Yusuf. Thank you. The interest amount is the amount of money that is the interest you are paying, and the interest rate is the percentage or is the ratio. Excellent. So if we would like to solve this question, thank you, yes, Ali. Umar, yes?
Yes, doctor. The interest amount is $7,000. The interest rate is 7%.
Okay, let's now calculate it. It is 7,000 here is the interest amount. And the interest, first to find the interest rate, we have to apply the formula. What is the formula says?
7,000 by 100,000.
Okay.
Dot 100%.
So it will be equal?
It will be 7%.
7%. Do all agree with this, or anyone has any questions? Or anyone has observation that here we have to consider?
Doctor,
Yes.
the amount is 1 million.
Okay. The original or the total?
No, the total. No, I'm sorry. It should be 1 million and 700. Sorry, it is 1 million and something. I didn't.
Okay, it is kind of confusing. So what we should do in this case, so to avoid any mistake, like what happened here, you enter the full amount, okay? You enter the full amount and try to subtract it on the calculator because it is visually showing you that it is 100,000 and 7,000. It is actually, when you read the number, it is 1 million and 7,000. So the amount that is the subtraction between the original amount and the total amount is you subtract the, let's write it here now, the and it will be 907. Okay, so this is the interest amount. Now, to get the interest rate, what we have to do is we have to divide the interest amount over what?
Original.
Exactly.
Original number.
So the answer will be what is the answer? أحسنت شادي, excellent. صح. Mus'ab, yes. So now, where was the confusion here? It is visual confusion. It could appear in the problem where you see the original amount and you see the total amount and you don't pay attention to the number of digits, and it could lead you to major mistakes. And you could find even in the multiple choice some answers that been solving the question with this visual mistake or visual understanding. Okay, so to put that clear, what we have to do is we have to use the calculator in solving these problems to make sure that there is no numerical mistakes happens in understanding the problem. So you copy the exact numbers in the calculator and then to proceed. But anyway, in terms of the concept, there is no issues with the concept. All of you understood the concept, which is the interest amount. You subtract the original amount from the total or after the interest being applied, and then you get the interest amount, which is in dollar value. And for the interest rate paid, you divide the interest amount over the original amount to get the interest rate, and then you multiply it with a 100 because it's a ratio. It is money divided over money. It will not give you a percentage, it will give you a ratio. To convert it to a percentage, you have to multiply it with a 100. So you get the percentage needed, okay? Where is the, no, Muhammad Bashar, confirm that answer again. Muhammad and Mus'ab, yes, you did it correct. So let's move to the second example. The second example, Ahmed borrows $20 from a bank for 1 year at 9% interest to maintain his house. Determine the interest and the total amount after 1 year. Determine the interest amount, because the rate eventually is already given, so no one will doubt what is the interest, it's interest amount or interest rate, because the interest rate is given in the question is 9. So what is required here to find the interest amount and the total amount? We have the original. So what should we do to calculate or to find the interest amount and the total amount?
Doctor, from the equation previously, now we have the interest rate. So now we should calculate the interest occurred per time unit. We have one unknown.
Okay, so to find the interest amount, what we multiply or divide, we multiply the 20,000.
Yes, doctor, we multiply the interest rate by the original amount, 20,000.
Okay, do we multiply it with 9 or 0.09?
0.09.
Exactly. So just to
0.09.
make sure that the students here know the difference between the interest and the ratio. And that lead us to what is the answer will be for that multiplication? 1,800, exactly.
18,000, yeah, doctor.
Yes. And to find the total amount, what we need to do is
20,000 plus 1,000.
Okay, great. So we add the original plus the interest amount, which is the 1,800, and that will lead us to
total amount.
The total amount, which is
38,000.
21,800. Great. Mumtaz, excellent. Bashar, Abdurrahim, Yusuf, all of you, excellent students. That means you have learned the first part of chapter 1, and here are more 2 examples that for the same part. I would like for all the other students, if they have questions in regard to that part, we will answer it while I'm preparing for taking the attendance. اوكي. ابراهيم الدوسري حاضر. احمد الغامدي، احمد صالح الغامدي ما هو موجود. احمد بن سعد موجود. اسامه الحربي ما هو موجود. اسامه القرافي. البدر احمد هاشم. ما هو موجود. بشار موجود. رأفت نعم موجود. رياض الزهراني نعم. ريان الحربي موجود. شادي محمد موجود. عبد الرحمن الحسيني موجود. عبد الرحيم حسين نعم موجود. عبد العزيز خيمي ما هو موجود. علي النخلي موجود. عماد الجهني موجود. عمار طه نعم. عمار حميدة نعم صحيح. عمار الأحمدي موجود. عمر الدبور موجود. عمر المطرفي موجود. وعمر كاظم موجود. عمر مصطفى موجود. عيسى فارس غير موجود. فيصل الحربي مين اللي كاتب موجود؟ محمد العوفي ما جاي اسمك. مصطفى أيضا ما جاء اسمك. لما أنادي إذا تبي تكتب حاضر، بس أنت بتكتب في وقت أنا بنادي فيه اسم آخر. فيصل okay. I have the list already here. So any more questions? I will take the attendance later after stopping the recording. But any questions? Then we stop the recording and we'll continue on the next part.